Hey, I'm traveling this week and don't have the bandwidth to make the video that I really want to make on this, but I just want to put something short on the record real quick here about the media literacy scam. Now, this is something that I've been talking about for 5, almost 6 years about this specific scam, but it's accelerated in the past year, and it's really, really accelerated just in the past month, faster than I was expecting it to. And so I want to try to get it out to other people to focus on this while I'm doing other mission critical things. Media literacy, the scam works like this, okay? They're rolling it out in the education system, and they're rolling it out at colleges. They're rolling it out at the science level in academia. They're rolling it out at the researcher level and at the censorship for-profit institution level. But they're also especially embedding it at the K through 12 level. And what is it? What is media literacy? When you hear the words media literacy, you fixate on the word literacy, and you think they're talking about underserved, underprivileged inner city schools with kids who can't read, because we have an epidemic of illiteracy and low literacy rates among a lot of our youth. So you hear that word literacy and you think that's what they're talking about. That is not what it is at all. Media literacy says if you don't read the right media sources, official media sources, official state-backed media or government sources or regime-compliant media, then you are illiterate. You are media illiterate, and you need to get your mind right to read the right media sources. So media literacy is just regime media installation, and it is about institutional embedding of censorship organs within K through 12 schools, within higher ed, and then at the capacity building side by tons and tons of government money propping this up. Now, let's just go through a couple other levels of this. So the methods, media literacy is literally about training you to be stupid, to be dumb. The underlying presupposition of the field, the illegitimate field of media literacy, is that if you do critical thinking, you will become a heretic. You will become a wrong thinker, a dissident, a heterodox person. If you think critically, if you go down the rabbit hole, if you do your own independent research, you will not trust the regime. You will not trust the system. You will not trust government narratives. You won't trust legacy mainstream media. And so they teach methods. The curriculums for media literacy programs are about how not to do your own research. I'm not joking. You can look all this up. For example, the SIFT method is one of these core things that have been developed. And it just says when you have a research topic and you want to look something up for school, you want to look something up in your own private time, don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't think independently. Sift through the top 10 results of a Google search and Wikipedia approved sources. Now, mind you, Wikipedia currently lists Elon Musk as a far-right conspiracy theorist and bans the ability to even have most conservative or centrist outlets even allowed to be cited. So it pre-bans the ability to even access news institutions that might challenge government narratives. Okay, this is Clockwork Orange on steroids, and it's being mandated by governments. And this is the part that I was not expecting to happen so fast, okay? The state of California just last week passed a mandatory media literacy law requiring every public K through 12 school in the entire state to have mandatory media literacy classes. Now, every single actor in the censorship industry is doing touchdown dances, spinning the basketball, with one finger, Wilt Chamberlain, Harlem Globetrotter style, just stunting on the rest of the world that's had its eyes closed, because this is millions and millions of dollars that automatically flow into their pockets, because it is mandatory, government-required capacity building to do this, okay? There are going to be 10,000 people, at least, just in the schools in California systems, who are going to need to be these teachers in all these classes, K through 12. You are going to need to train an army of educators on how not to trust alternative news or Elon Musk's vision at X, or social media influencers who disagree on public health or on electoral politics or on environmental issues or on abortion or on immigration or energy or any of that, okay? All of it. So again, it's not just the curriculum. That's actually only a tiny part of it. It's the civil society capacity building. That's just mandatory government money to a censorship mercenary army in charge of your kids. That just passed in California. It already passed in Illinois. It's already in Rhode Island. It's now in New York. This industry could not support itself. And while there is success right now at the federal level with things that have been done around these major class action lawsuits, Missouri v. Biden, the America First lawsuit, the congressional investigations and subpoenas, they're going down into the state governments and one by one capacity building the industry to destroy the alternative news industry. And this has got to be challenged before it gets its roots down, because they're going to make the argument, if we don't stop it now, they're going to make the argument that you're going to have hundreds of thousands of public employees who are going to be put out of a job if you kill media literacy later. Which is to say, they're going to make the same argument that coal miners in West Virginia, would make. Well, if you shut down the mine, you're going to put all these people out of jobs. They're training a generation of censorship professionals tied to the teat of government-backed censorship operations. Their careers are going to be attached to this. They will be out of jobs. They won't be able to provide for their families if you take away their censorship jobs. That's literally going to be the world we're going to be in if this thing isn't killed now. So there's a lot to do on this, but I just want to drop this now. And just every time you hear the word media literacy, or you see someone who say that, drop this link in those replies.